Hello, so this video is titled In Defense of Centralization. So this might be a little triggering for some people might get upset. The internet loves decentralization. It's been a mantra and a banner for people for quite a long time, probably 10 years, 15 years. But decentralization is great when the power structure you're living under is not serving you, right? And our power structures are not serving us, and this is why people correctly respond with the call for decentralization. But inherently, decentralization disempowers people because you can only do so much as one person. You can only accomplish so much as one person. You're limited in your goals, you're limited in your scale of potential change, you're limited in your coordination. And so we kind of need like a re-centralization of institutions in order to address larger problems and to address them quickly. Now, I'm obviously speaking with a little bit of bias here, but isn't it true that if the powers that be were serving us and listening to us and accomplishing great things, then wouldn't we be a little more approving of centralization? Wouldn't we be a little more supportive of the concept? And if we had things like the large public projects in our Constitution, where we are taxed at a one-time fee for projects that we approve of on a direct democracy process, if that kind of centralization existed, and if we were living under that kind of system, wouldn't we have a little bit different story to tell about the decentralization versus centralization story? Wouldn't we have different feelings if our Constitution didn't give so much power to a corrupt legislature that spends trillions of dollars into black holes where we never see or hear of that money ever again? So this is why people have such a problem with centralization, and rightfully so. They should, because the power structure is not serving them. But if we did have a power structure that did serve us, then centralization could actually be seen as a powerful, a noble, and a glorious thing. And this is really fundamentally what the Trinity contracts and anarcho-monarchism is it's an attempt to re-centralize society into new institutions, into better governing institutions. And if successful, it would be extremely profound, extremely positive, extremely transformative, because as your group increases in size and scale, what you can accomplish becomes more and more profound and more positive. Like arcology. I had a video recently about compelling people to labor, and I was discussing commanding an army of 32,000 laborers. Now, in a decentralized system, how exactly do you accomplish something like that? You have to be Elon Musk to accomplish something like that. And in a system where there is no political power, in a completely decentralized system, then money is really the only centralizing force that exists. And then the question becomes, how do you centralize money? How do you effectively centralize money? And I suppose a good answer to that would be investment, would be investing in projects. But our culture doesn't really seem too interested in that avenue. It doesn't seem to entice them or motivate them. They seem to be more drawn towards the casino, towards the altcoin, towards the shitcoin. They don't care about projects. The public doesn't give a shit about a project's nobility or its likelihood to solve the grand problems of the day. What they really care about is that dopamine hit that they get from seeing the green arrows, from seeing numbers go up, right? This is what the public really wants. They want to see numbers go up. They don't care about the great works of the 21st century. They don't care about leaving a legacy for their grandchildren. They don't care about solving the big issues of the day. They care about numbers going up. That's what they care about. And I really got this one wrong. I was convinced that the general public would care about the former and not the latter. I thought they cared about leaving a legacy, solving the grand problems of the day. But no, it's about numbers going up. This is what people care about. And in a fundamentally decentralized system, that's what matters. The actions of the individual are what matters. In a centralized system, the actions and intent and beliefs and values of the leadership are what matters. So, after years of the failing decentralized system, I'm leaning more and more towards my own flavor of centralization. And the centralization of the money and the power and the planning can dissolve once our ecology is built. We can step away from the centralization and embrace a more decentralized system, because decentralization still has its place. It still has a very important place in society. This is why it's called anarcho-monarchism, right? But centralization must also have a very important place in society, and I think this is what we're really missing right now. I think this is what everyone on the internet has really gotten wrong. Just because Congress is a failure doesn't mean centralization itself is a failure. That's the point I'm trying to get across. And we should carefully consent to a certain level of centralization. We should carefully give our power away, or I don't even want to say that. We should carefully cooperate with leadership that we believe in and with projects that we believe in. And we need to walk away from the shitcoins because it's very clear that that's just not working. It's not a winning formula. Instead, we could build the ark. We can build our home for the next 1,000 years. And we can have a sustainable, prosperous, egalitarian society that is in harmony with nature, in harmony with the human being, in harmony with our community, our immediate community, and live life to its fullest. And truly disconnect from Congress, because right now Congress still rules over you. No matter how decentralized you try and get, property tax still rules over you, and Congress still rules over you, and inflation still rules over you. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. And remember, a single dream is more powerful than 1,000 realities.